Peace and light, everyone. How's everyone doing this beautiful 2020? Um, Come to y'all just real quick, just to talk about a little subject on parenting. Something that I recently decided that I'm no longer doing in my parenting. So I'm a parent of two little girls, ages 4 and 6, for those of you who do not know. Um, and so, as you can imagine, they're constantly fighting like all of the time. They are arguing and going at it back and forth. So, and as a parent, I'm always stepping in to try to solve their battle for them. And because they argue and fight so much, I realize that I'm constantly risking my own peace of mind and happiness by getting in the midst of every little argument and fight that they have. Now, when I say fight, it's not really physical. They barely ever get physical with each other. But if they were to get physical, I would maybe intervene then. But just as far as, if we're home and they're just, arguing, going back and forth, I decided now that I'm not jumping in every little argument and quarrel that they have with each other. I decided to let them figure it out. Let them decide, let them use their brains and start thinking on how they are going to solve this particular issue at hand that has them going back and forth with each other. Yes, they're only 4 and 6. I mean, I have a VBK, she's not even in kindergarten yet, and I have a first grader, so they're very young. So, but I figured when a better time to teach them to let their minds start to work together to process solutions to their problems than now. Instead of me jumping in all the time and risking my peace of mind every 5 seconds that they're fighting, why not let them figure it out? They started it. Let them come to a resolution themselves. Let their minds start working together to figure out something that they're going to do to solve this particular problem. Teaching your kids conflict resolution is very powerful and is very needed in society. And so many of us do not know how to do things outside of someone telling us what to do, when to do it, where to go, how to, when to move. Think about a college student when they first leave home. Most of us, when we first leave home, and we've been in our parents' home for 18 years, we finally leave, we go to college, and now all of a sudden we're on our own. Nobody's there, especially if you leave and you go off, you're living on campus somewhere, especially far from home. You don't know like what to do. You're so used to being told what to do, when to do it. And to the fact, excuse me, it's a new world for you to start thinking on your own without somebody telling you your every move. I want my children to see that now. I want my children to start realizing, hey, I have the same power to solve my problems that I created. And I feel like that's so powerful for us to start teaching our children from the time that they are young. So many of us do not get that experience until we leave home. Whether it's to go to college, we move on our own, or whatever. We're so used to having a mom and dad to tell us every single little answer to every problem. They're so used to me intervene every time they argue and saying, okay, no, well, you had it first, let's give it to her. Okay, well, you have 5 minutes, and then we're going to set a timer, and then she's going to get 5 minutes with it. Or either, what, hey, whatever the case is, they're used to me doing that. But now I'm sitting back. I'm letting them get into their little argument until they figure it out and until they realize. And I heard them this morning when they was arguing. They tried to bring it to me to have me, figure it out for them. And I'm like, nope, you girls go out of my room with that. Wherever you started it at, that's where you need to go figure it out at. And they went back into the living room and they, started going back and forth again. And before you know it, I heard one of them like, here, you take it. I'll go play with something else. And she was like, fine. And guess what, though? They figured it out by themselves without me. Parents, you don't have to intervene on every little thing. And now, if it was to get physical or something like that, or they break stuff in the house, they harming each other, something like that, okay, then yes, maybe you need to intervene. But parents, we have to learn to keep our own peace, even when we do have to step in. But when we're constantly doing that over and over and over again, it can become detrimental to us. I don't care what nobody says. And I'm at a point in my life where it's like peace over everything. Peace over everything. And even when it comes to your kids, y'all, because we all know if you're a parent, especially with to multiple children, and especially if they're closer in age, you know these kids can give you a run for your peace. These children can give you a run for your peace of mind. They can if you let them. But I've decided to take that power back from me, and I'm no longer doing that. I'm teaching them conflict resolution. I'm letting their minds start to work as far as to learn, like, okay, how can they solve problems on their own, and letting them make choices. And you know what? It lets them see too that, hey, not only can I make choices on my own, I don't need mommy to make every little decision for me, but it teaches them to trust their self. It teaches them to trust, their own thoughts. And if something doesn't work out to the way they like it, then they know, okay, maybe we can do this different next time. But it gets their mind to working, to, thinking of different solutions and different ideas instead of dependent upon me all the time. So it's something that I believe more parents need to try, because it's beneficial to, of course, us and our peace, and it is for them too. And I think that's very powerful for us to do as parents. Y'all know, as I learn and grow, I'm always willing to spread whatever it is that my spirit feeds me and that I try, with you all. There's no there's no book to parenting. There's no book to parenting. So therefore, it's like we're all just like living and growing, and we're all living and growing and trying this on our own. And just trying to be better than our parents was, and so forth. I truly believe each generation is supposed to be, better than the next. So yeah, if anybody tries this out, it works, let me know. I mean, we're all here to learn and grow together, and each one teach one. All right, peace and light, y'all.